I almost cheated, but what I heard changed everything. Part 1. This life story is about loneliness in marriage. The danger of not handling it properly. Real life story of a married woman. Let's start. I almost cheated on my husband, but when I got to the place that night, I saw something that made me run. Marriage is not always what people think it is. Sometimes, it's not shouting. It's not fighting. It's just silence. My husband was always traveling for work, leaving me all alone. But I didn't know loneliness could push me this far. Until I met John. My name is Comfort, Connie for short. My marriage is not always loud. Most times it is just quiet. Too quiet. My husband, Thomas, is a good man. Let me not lie. He provides. He checks on me. He tries. But he is never really there. But one thing is he doesn't have time for me. Today, Abuja. Tomorrow, Port Harcourt. Next week, Ibadan. At first, I used to wait for his calls. I would sit on the bed, phone in my hand, staring at the screen like it would ring faster if I looked at it long enough. At some point, I stopped complaining. Because what was the point? Loneliness is a strange thing. It doesn't scream. It whispers. Slowly, gently, until you start doing things you never thought you would do. It started with a like. Just one. On a random picture I posted on Instagram. Then a comment. Beautiful, but your smile looks tired. I remember reading it twice. Because, how did a stranger see what even my husband didn't notice? I ignored it at first. But then, he sent a message. Sorry if that sounded weird, I just felt it. I didn't reply. Not immediately. But later that night, when the house was too quiet, I did. Thank you. And that was how it started. At first, it was harmless. Good morning, Connie. How was your day? Have you eaten? Simple things. But somehow, those simple things started filling spaces in me I didn't know were empty. He listened. Like, really listened. I could say, I'm tired, and he wouldn't just say, you'll be fine. He would ask, what's draining you? And wait for my answer. I told myself it was nothing. I'm just talking to someone. But deep down, I knew it was more. Soon, it became a routine. I would wake up and check my phone before anything else. If his message was there, I would smile. If it wasn't, I would feel it. Good morning, beautiful, he would text. And I would reply, smiling like someone who had been seen. We started calling. At first, it felt awkward. Then it became everything. I would be in the room. Wait, let me go to the kitchen, I will say. And he would laugh. So you won't drop the call, ABI? Don't hang up, I will reply quickly. I would cook with the phone on my ear pressed against my shoulder. Walk around the house. Sit on the floor. Lie on the bed. All while talking to him. Connie, he would say softly. Yes. You deserve more than being alone all the time. Those words, they would sit in my chest long after the call ended. We talked till midnight most days. Sometimes 1 a.m. Sometimes I would sleep off with the phone in my hand. And Thomas, my husband. One day, he called me. Comfort, what's going on? You didn't even call me today. I paused. Oh. I was just busy, I said casually. He was quiet for a moment. Then said, okay, I just miss you. I felt something. But not enough to stop. Because after the call, I went back to John. I would send him pictures. Not anything bad, just normal pictures. What do you think? I will ask. And he would reply immediately. Wow, see beauty. Connie, you don't even know what you are carrying. If I was there, I won't let you out of my sight. My heart skipped. I typed, deleted, typed again. I'm married. There was a pause. Then he replied. I know, but that doesn't stop how I feel when I talk to you. At this stage, I should have stopped there. But I didn't. Because his words, they were always sweet. Too sweet. Like he knew exactly what to say at the right time. I told myself it was nothing. But deep down, I knew it was something. Weeks passed. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into something deeper. Something dangerous. Then one night, he said it clearly, I wish I could see you. My heart skipped. I stared at my phone for a long time. Because that was the line. I don't think that's a good idea, I replied. He sent a voice note. I just want to sit with you, talk, see you smile in real life. Nothing more. Nothing more. That's how it always sounds, at first. I said no. Twice. But the third time, I said yes. That day, I dressed differently. Not like a married woman trying to hide. But like a woman who wanted to be seen. I stood in front of the mirror for a long time. Longer than usual. I adjusted my dress. Turned sideways. Looked at myself again. And for the first time in a while, I liked what I saw. I felt beautiful. I picked up my bag. My car key. Took a deep breath. As I was leaving the house, my phone rang. It was my husband. I hesitated, then picked up. Hey love, he said. His voice sounded tired. Just checking on you, I'll be back in 2 days. 2 days. I smiled weakly. Okay. He paused. Are you alright? I swallowed. I'm fine. I wasn't. We ended the call. And I stepped out. The drive felt longer than usual. My heart beating fast. My thoughts louder than normal. When I got there, I parked. Sat in the car for a few seconds. Then stepped down. The place was calm, a quiet hangout. Not too loud. Not too crowded. Perfect for people who don't want to be seen. My heart was beating fast as I walked in. I scanned the place. He said he was already there. Then I heard his voice. Not from in front of me, but from a corner. I turned slightly. And there he was. Sitting with another man. Laughing. Relaxed. Comfortable. I paused. Something told me not to go closer. But I did. Not too close, but just enough to hear. And then, I heard something. Something he said. That my body froze instantly. My heart skipped. Then started racing. My ears rang. My body refused to move. I couldn't breathe. Because whatever I just heard. It shook me. My head began to spin. My chest tightened. My hands started trembling. I stepped back quietly. He didn't see me. I walked back to my car, sat down. And just stared. Trying to breathe. My phone buzzed. It was him. John. Where are you? I'm here. Tears rolled down my face slowly. Because if only he knew what I just heard. Watch out for part 2. If this story inspired you, please like the video, share it with someone who might need encouragement today, and subscribe for more powerful stories and life lessons. See you in the next video.